All right, first round in the West right now. And I got the Lakers in 6. And the Lakers easily dispatch of the Nuggets in 5. And then the Western Conference Finals, Lakers, Clippers, going to be a classic. And it is Lakers in a gentleman's sweep. Now to the East. And the Sixers move on. Sixers in 7 over the Milwaukee Bucks, which would set up a Lakers-Sixers NBA Finals, which, Brandon, was my preseason NBA Finals, I may mention. This is a good, not an all-time, but a good NBA Finals. Lakers in 6. LeBron gets championship ring number 5.
James missing again at the foul line. A whistle. James goes down hard to the court. Ball off the Ayton screen. Booker on Caruso. Got inside over Davis. Too late.
Devin Booker, 34 points, 8 assists. Suns take game 1, 99-90.
He was a ghost. I don't even care that he was missing jump shots. I care that he was only taking jump shots, and he seemed to not even be interested in rebounding the basketball. So Anthony Davis obviously has to be better. I still feel very confident about Lakers in 6, but they need to make some adjustments immediately.
I'll start with you. Is this series now over after what you saw last night?
Of course, Jenna. It's because the Suns have no answer for Anthony Davis, and they have no answer for LeBron James, who is quite literally just trying out new things on the basketball court to keep himself entertained. So the Lakers have one thing that no other team in the league has had all year, which is game in, game out, no matter what lineup is out there, no matter who's healthy or who's not, stifling, choking defense. And so when you add to that, LeBron as the, hand on the joystick, as Brian Windhorst would say, and Anthony Davis playing like Anthony Davis, you've got no shot. They are dominating this team because they have the greatest player ever, because Anthony Davis is back to being Anthony Davis, and because their calling card of playoff-level A+ defense has been there from Game 1, and it was there at Game 75 last night. So yes, Brandon, this series is over. Guess what LeBron knows? He knows what his team needs not to win Game 1 or Game 2 of the first round, but to win the championship. And you know what LeBron was doing through the first 10 quarters of this series? Trying to get his shooters in rhythm, knowing if need be, in the biggest spots, I still am the most unstoppable force in the league. He didn't just all of a sudden get healthy at halftime. At halftime, he's like, hey, we need to win this game. We've got 2 days of rest before the next one. Take control of the series, so I'll win it for us. And then I will go back to trying to get KCP and Kuzma and Wes Matthews in rhythm. The Lakers are going to win tonight. The Lakers aren't going to lose. This is very simple. Here's when series are at 3-2 Wilds, there's 3 questions you should ask yourself. And if the answer to all 3 is the same, then picking the series is very simple. And if there's some divergence, then you got to think on it. First question is, who's up in the series? Second question is, who is the home team in Game 6? And the third question is, who do you trust more in Game 7? So, who's up in the series? Phoenix. Who's at home in Game 6? The Lakers. Who do you trust more in Game 7? Well, that is obvious, the team with LeBron. And being down 3-2 Wilds historically is really, really bad for every team, except for teams with LeBron James on them. knows, he's acutely aware of how his career has been covered. And for people that don't remember it or know, well, here's what happens. Folks explain why a LeBron James team is flawed, can't get it done, won't win the title, and then when they do end up winning the title, they then say, well, of course they did. That was an unbeatable super team. I mean, he stacked the deck. What did you expect? This has happened time and time again, which is why LeBron says, keep the same narrative energy. It's happening again. People are going to get it both ways, Brandon. They're going to get to have their fun before the year starts, saying how bad the team will be, no shooting, old, geriatric. And then if and when they win, they'll be like, well,
some of those
5
questions?
Hall of Famers. LeBron, AD, Russ, Melo, Dwight, of course, most stacked team ever. So he's just asking you to pick a lane. Pick the lane. Is this a great team that is supposed to win? Or is this a flawed, old, bad shooting team that if they do win, will deserve massive credit for being the underdog story that they are? That's the question.
Bravo, Nick. Bravo.
Here's where Russ has not been fine. His defense has been a travesty. And it's not everybody likes to say defense is effort. No, it's not. It's partially effort, but on this level, the highest level in the world, it's attention to detail, it's focus, it's understanding you're 1 of 5, like a shifting amoeba defensively, and you can't just freelance and go do your own thing. It will break your defense down like it did against the Nets on the Patty Mills 3. So his defense has been a disaster. His efficiency has been bad. And his decision-making that Antoine's talking about, late in games in particular, has been the worst I've ever seen from him. So Broussard, I didn't expect Russ to all of a sudden magically become a good three-point shooter by joining the Lakers. We knew that was going to be a negative. But I think what a lot of people thought is, but because he's on what should be a good team, he'll pay more attention on defense. He'll be more cautious with the ball. He hasn't done those things. That's where this is a killer for the Lakers, Broussard.
Augustine, a great three-point shooter. Bradley and Davis. Here's Malik Monk.
Can't play around with it.
With 5. LeBron's got to fire it up. LeBron to tie the game. It's over. And New Orleans has come in and taken it from the Lakers.
LeBron James makes a layup, just a wide open layup with 6:51 left in the fourth quarter. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It was the only 2 points he scored in the whole fourth quarter. Obviously, it's not a great basketball team, but it's way better than 16 games under 500.
Are they?
And I'll take 16 of those games, and if we had a 5-hour show, I promise you I could go back and find you 16 times in this season in which your man could not close. This is the classic case of this is the game of the year. This is the one you have to win to stay afloat. He is heavily guarded at the end of the game, but he has a 3 to wipe the slate clean and at least get them to overtime, make one big clutch shot, and he maneuvered. And I think I give him high marks for the maneuver because he actually finally got a little opening there. We had a decent look at it, and he airballed it.
I foolishly had this little bit of hope that, maybe Anthony Davis can just throw the team on his back. Brew, 3 times all year, he had a game score of 30. Embiid's done it close to 30. Like, it was 0 times all year, he had a game score of over 35. I don't know what's happened, but I do know this. It's not just injuries. it's not like, well, when Anthony Davis was out there, they were awesome. He played 40 games.
That's right.
And last night was another one. It's like, okay, he was fine. So that's kind of the small picture. That's a bigger picture for the Lakers. What's happened to Anthony Davis? What do you think Anthony Davis's three-point percentage was this year? He shot nearly 2 a game. The answer is 18%. The worst three-point shooter in the league by a mile. So yeah, injuries hurt. But when you're healthy, he shot 18% from 3. I like the hire. We talked about Darvin Ham, and you look around the league. Ime Udoka, Monty Williams, Willie Green, hell, Steve Kerr. A lot of our coaches that are the most successful are guys who played, and Ime is showing you can have Ty Lue. Thank you. I almost forgot about Ty. I like the Lakers tonight. I like the Lakers in the series. The reason I like the Lakers in this series is because I actually think this is a LeBron series. LeBron hunting guys out, finding the mismatch, and torturing them in the pick and roll. It's not necessarily about getting Jokic in the pick and roll, but I'm sure he will do that. It is about Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and finding who they can pick out and go after. I think for tonight, with the days of rest, the altitude won't be as big of a factor. I like the Lakers for tonight. I like the Lakers in 6. Where the Nuggets kill you is the Jokic-Murray pick and roll. And there is not a single player in the league better suited to be able to recover off that action than Anthony Davis. And so I think that if you're the Nuggets, that is the one guy you didn't want to see Jokic have to deal with, not because he can hold him to 15, but because he can hold him to 27, 8, and 6 instead of 34.
Full game or first half.
Yeah, full game. And then you have LeBron to deal with.
Okay.
Well, why don't you have the Nuggets all year?
Well, I don't know. I've just been right all year.
I went into this series cautiously very optimistic. The reasons for my optimism were, thought the Lakers would be able to score at will on this team, and that this was a very, very bad matchup for the Nuggets. After watching Game 1, my caution is gone, and my optimism is boundless. Boundless.
Okay.
I give the Nuggets, most notably Joker, massive credit. I give that crowd credit. I give Mike Malone credit for getting that victory and hanging on for dear life at the end, because that would have been a crushing that would have been a series ender if they had lost in that fashion. Not if they had lost Game 1, but if they had blown a 21-point lead at home. Let me show you how LeBron and AD scored. Hubs, if we can pull it up, we can do AD first, then LeBron, how they scored. If it was a flurry of jump shots, then I'd be a little more concerned. It was not. It was things that are going to be accessible to them. How did LeBron score? The exact way going into the game I thought he would. Find Jamal Murray, get him in a pick and roll, and go. What I saw from the Lakers yesterday offensively confirmed my pre-series suspicions that the Nuggets can offer no resistance. I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong, and we'll get 2 weeks to see it play out, what adjustment the Nuggets can make to be better defensively. That's the thing. That's why I'm as confident as I am, is I don't think they have the personnel to slow down LeBron and Anthony Davis offensively. Listen, I was wrong, America. Now, was I wrong about the series? We'll find out tonight or Wednesday or at some point if and when the Nuggets win the 4th game. I am not putting this at the doorstep of Darvin Ham. This is a compliment to the Nuggets head coach, not an indictment on the Lakers head coach. the Nuggets instantly recognized, oh, the D'Angelo Russell situation is a disaster for the Lakers. And I think manipulated like the Lakers into leaning into it. I do not think it was coincidental that immediately after game one, Mike Malone's like, that's an interesting storyline. Are they going to play him or not? And Bruce Brown talked about it, almost daring the Lakers keep him on the court, knowing that D'Angelo's a guy that can get temperamental, that up and down, and also knowing, and we can show it to you quickly, that when D'Angelo's on the court, the Lakers are annihilated, and in the 65 minutes he's off the court, they have won resoundingly. Now, to be clear, Brew, I am not saying you take D'Angelo Russell off and the Lakers are leading this series, but I think it would be 2-1 potentially, not 3-0. If the Lakers win tonight, Game 5 becomes a little screw tightening for Denver because they then know Game 6 we got to go back to Los Angeles. And it's for you, the stat everyone talks about is 0-1 and everything, 149. What I think is even more noteworthy is that only 3 teams, Brew and I were talking about this before the show, have even forced a Game 7. So with 146 of the 149 have won in either Games 4, 5, or 6. I think it'll be interesting. They win tonight. I think tomorrow's show's interesting. I think
what is your answer?
Any belief? My answer is yes. I'm like Nikola Jokic. Blame me. I'm just like Nikola Jokic. Nice. You know what? Because they have LeBron, okay. I think it's on the board.
Okay.
It's on the board. Another thing on the board. The question is D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell has, in my opinion, real regular season value for a team that might want to load manage people. He has no postseason value unless he, at 28 years old, decides, you know what, I'm the former number 2 pick of a draft. I bounce around the league because I'm not a playoff player because I can't defend. Do I want to dedicate myself on that front?
Nick, it's game 1. Denver has won 5 in a row. Must win?
Oh, God.
Well,
this is your way of getting this segment back in. I mean, we killed it for football.
If you don't win tonight,
what?
They're getting their rings. All they did was talk trash. The announcer said, we made you LeBron's daddy or something like that.
Yeah.
This is a must-win game for the Lakers.
You know what?
Can't lose 6 in a row and then be like, we can beat them in the playoffs. No, you can't.
It's not that it was 4-0. It's like it was 13 possession. The point I am trying to make is I think there is an element with the Lakers that does not feel like the Nuggets are head and shoulders better than them, even though they lost 4-0. Is one of these teams dealing with a massive distraction?
That might lock them in.
Is one of these teams dealing with, one of the biggest scandals in modern NBA history touching a family member of a key player?
It crossed
Dusty,
my mind.
the envelope.
It crossed my mind.
I mean, it's not nothing. Wilds, I'm going to trust you to read this to the audience. As you will see, it is wax sealed on the back.
Wow.
Monogrammed. If you would, please.
Not monogrammed.
Oh, really? Look
Sharpie.
at the wax seal on the back. Tell me if that's a wax seal
He goes
monogram.
through all this
look
to
nice.
pick the Nuggets. I'll tell you that.
You want me to read this part?
Is this-
what does
do
it
not
say?
open. Okay, it's confidential.
Do not open until
And it is
3.
really
Really?
wax sealed.
Wax sealed.
You have a wax sealer?
Wow.
For events like this.
Okay.
It's like the NBA draft.
It is like the NBA draft.
I'm stunned.
With the first pick, the first redo pick, since we all put our official picks in a week ago, Nick Wright has selected
Wow.
The Los
in
Angeles
six,
Lakers.
not even 7.
In six.
I guess they got to
With two
win at home.
exclamation points.
Exactly right. Lakers in 6. I just think that if every game last year was in the balance in the fourth quarter, and LeBron played poorly in all 4 fourth quarters, which I think because it's round 1 is not going to happen with the rest between games. And D'Lo, if D'Lo is 6
worn out
points
last
on the
night
third,
in the fourth quarter.
Right, and again, that was every other day for the last few weeks that they've been playing. We'll see. We'll just see.
He hasn't won in Denver in over 4 years. He hasn't won. LeBron James has not won one game in Denver.
I think that
in
means
over
he's
4
0-6
years.
or something. Like it's.
I don't think 4 years. It's a long time ago.
Okay.
It means he's due.
It's not.
I'll give you
Doesn't
that.
mean
I'm
he's
trying
due.
to throw Nick a
No,
bone.
it does
Means
not
he's
mean
okay.
he's
All right.
due.
Okay.
It means it's just going to keep on
okay,
happening.
so
another
I could see
sweep.
maybe one game.
Okay,
certainly
but then that means a lot of your analysis has to shift dramatically if the Lakers win one of the first 2.
Is this series already over?
All right, well, that's an on its face ridiculous question.
True. It's only one game.
No, the series is not over. And in fact, even if the Lakers lose tonight, this series hasn't even started yet, according to some of the wisest minds ever. The part of this game that was most disconcerting to me was Austin Reeves seeming
Scared?
Yeah. Which Austin Reeves was actually good in the conference finals, and he was obviously good in that playoff run. It didn't seem
thought he was
like
scared?
he just played so tentative. Austin Reeves needs to take some of D'Lo's confidence. So D'Lo has less, and Austin has more.
That's 100% right.
So Austin just at times seemed like he wasn't even looking at the basket. Like he'd get the ball and almost a circular dribble away.
Defender falls. LeBron 3. Rebound by Porter. Denver with the timeout. We are tied.
I love it. Don't call it. Tie ball game. Worst can happen. We go to overtime.
Murray makes a move. There's the Nuggets have won.
Nick, are you ready to admit this series is over?
I mean, how can something end before it's even begun?
That's a fair point.
You know it's over.
They haven't started yet.
It hasn't even started.
Yeah, all right.
In fact, as it happens, these NBA playoffs haven't started.
haven't
I don't know
started
what
yet.
it means for the ratings, but
Not good.
we're now 11-0 for home teams. So none of these
We're in the
series
Matrix or
are
something
yet
like
to
that,
start.
right? What the heck is going on?
Wilds, what was my pre-series prediction? You know it because you held it up and I tweeted it out.
You said Lakers
yesterday.
in 6.
Okay. So what does that? I know you're not quite as good at math as I am, but what does that mean?
So you're going to have to win 4.
No, but what does it mean the series
No,
is?
the next 4.
Would have to win 4 straight for the series to be exact.
Okay,
but what
sure.
was my prediction? Lakers win 4 games and the Nuggets win how many?
2.
2, exactly. So I'm halfway there. Okay. So the idea that it would be over, no, listen. I don't look at, and I'm going to bring up the number I brought up earlier as well. People are going to say, oh, you lost the game, D'Lo was red hot. That's true. But what's also true is Rui and Austin Reeves were awful. And there were
They
elements
all
to it.
5 got to play. Terrifically
because
for them to win a game?
No, because my point is, with D'Lo, Rui, and Austin Reeves going 13 of 34 from the field, and with the bench scoring 6 total points, it's right there. So, no, I don't think the series is over. Do I think the Lakers are in bad shape? Obviously. Does Game 3 become a no-question must-win? Obviously. Do I think it's over? No.
The Lakers led by 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and they still lost.
Yeah.
It's over, Nick. They have now lost in just about every way imaginable.
Right. So they've gotten rid of all of it. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Okay, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now 11 straight wins.
Wow.
Not even that many crack commandments. The bit doesn't even work. Denver went into LA and dispatched of the Lakers who by the second half were phoning it in literally. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. What's that? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
Wheels about to fall off. Is that what?
Tin Man mode.
Oh, no heart?
No heart.
From who?
Need some oil. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Told you, Tin Man mode.
Bro, you were obviously right about this series. I was obviously wrong. I had Lakers in 6. Now the best they can do is in 7. Hey, Wilds, I got a question for you.
Sit back and watch it.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What's your confidence level, buddy?
My confidence level's at 97.5.
That is not where it was when I walked in this morning.
And what is the 96.5?
No, you're nervous about Jamal Murray.
Okay, here's Jamal Murray. Jamal
What
Murray
is the
grabbed
deal?
his calf.
Was he writhing?
He wasn't writhing. No, I didn't pull the video because I didn't want him to have to see it.
If the Lakers win tonight, do you think we're getting a Game 7?
They're doing 3 in a row.
No, that is not the question. The question is, if they win tonight.
It's hard for me to answer that because everything to me is Jamal Murray.
That's right.
If Jamal Murray is out or severely hindered, but especially out, I think the Lakers actually have a very good chance of winning this series. Denver is not the same. No, like Jamal Murray is critical to this team.
And if they don't win tonight, they have real problems. The last time they played, was it as close of a game as could possibly exist?
Is that
in
what
the
we're
NBA?
counting now? Okay, good.
No.
The Super Bowl is close too.
No,
Let's run that back and I guess put Brock Purdy in the Hall of Fame.
And you know what?
That went to overtime.
Wilds, you're getting so mad, buddy.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just correct.
You're talking
this
about
is my
Niners.
This is my correct
Lakers
voice.
Nuggets.
This is my.
Let's talk Lakers.
Are we surprised? KC are not the faves to
Yeah,
3. It was super close.
Yes.
Who cares if it was close?
Okay, but you said you can't conceive. It's impossible.
Denver's going to win tonight.
Okay.
Jamal Murray is probably going to play. If he doesn't play, of course, there's a reason to be slightly concerned.
Okay, plenty of teams down 3-0 have won a Game 5. Plenty. So if you're saying it's at 0%.
I'm saying it's historically it's at 0%.
To win tonight, it's not, buddy.
Is the series at 0% if it's never happened before? If I'm saying that no one's ever seen a unicorn, you're like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of horses and I've seen a lot of goats. And I could see those things happening.
Okay,
but if you've never seen, it's never happened in the history of the league.
But that's why I've been very careful not to say the Lakers are winning the series. All I've said
I don't like
is
you.
that
I don't like you anymore. The show's ruined.
Win tonight. I said if they win tonight, we're getting to Game 7.
I don't like
you are trying to talk about the overtime
You're the
in
worst
the Super
guy.
Bowl.
You're the worst guy. Live from New York, it's the show that features a real gentleman.
Oh, this is...
Oh, I'm feeling good, and you're looking good too. How was your night?
Mine was good.
Mine was spectacular. How about you?
This is...
Fellow gentlemen?
Like the
Gentlemen Suite. Happy Gentlemen Suite Tuesday here on First Things First. We might eschew our normal open. Just tickle the ivories a little bit.
Then you look at the head coach and say, do we think this year he got the most out of the team? I don't. We can disagree. I personally don't. And then the next thing is, do we think, fair or not, and I think it's fair, that the team the players had disengaged from him. They had. So I'm just not going to feel badly for him. I don't think he did a great job, and I don't think he connected with his guys. And I think he didn't do a good job of ever doing I need to be better. It was a lot of they need to play harder. I believed this was not a very well coached team and a poorly constructed second half of the roster. I'm not calling, you know what I mean?
You thought it was going to win the championship?
Well, I never picked them to win the championship. I said I picked them to beat the Denver Nuggets going into this series. Even if the Lakers had beaten the Nuggets, I wouldn't have think that, Darvin Ham's a great coach. Now, maybe he would have done something in the series that changed my mind, but it would have been hard for me to believe it. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
OKC, it's not just that they're young, it's that they're a weird defensive team because they're not that big. Now, Hartenstein's obviously huge for them, and Chet's big, but they're, aside from Hartenstein, none of their bigs are big as far as like is muscular, and their great perimeter defenders are all 6'5" or shorter. Like Dort's a great perimeter defender, he's 6'4". The Lakers, on the other hand, they don't have a big, but they're a huge team. Meaning their playoff rotation, aside from Austin, everyone's 6'7", 6'8". And so I think that they are a brutal matchup for everyone in the West. I think the only team who has the right personnel to credibly guard both of those guys is Boston. I think Boston, and so I'm not sitting here saying they should be the favorite because they shouldn't be the favorite, but I am saying if they get OKC in a series, I don't know who's going to guard the guy Dort's not guarding. And that to me is if you get playoff LeBron and playoff Luka, that is a legitimate threat in every single series they'll play. The best possible path for the Lakers, in my opinion, was having the Thunder, Nuggets, and Clippers on the other side of the bracket. And they do. The Lakers' road to the conference finals is Timberwolves and then either Rockets, Golden State. I don't know how you can credibly play Rudy Gobert the amount of minutes you probably want to play him. You then add that the Lakers are they no longer have to deal with playoff D'Angelo Russell, which is a disaster, and instead get to go against playoff Julius Randle, which is a different type of disaster. That's nice. They don't have Darvin Ham with his hands in his pockets, drawing up on the whiteboard, contest without fouling. They've got JJ, who's been up for 39 straight hours, figuring out how to blitz Anthony Edwards. All that's good. You also have a series that because Luka is going to want to make Rudy Gobert cry, LeBron's going to be able to sit back the first 3 quarters like he did in that Mavs game. We saw Luka with a worse supporting cast beat this team in 5 to go to the finals last year. Now, Ant said, I got tired, which was odd, and Ant won't be tired this time. But you also have LeBron with 8 days off coming into it. Do you agree with me that certainly if they win this, he has hit a bigger imprint on the Lakers than the Heat? LeBron's career has gone 7 years in Cleveland, 4 in Miami, 4 in Cleveland, 7 with the Lakers. So if we assume, as I think we all do, that he's going to be a Laker next year, the longest single tenure with one team that he would have ever had would be with the Lakers. And if they get a second championship, after having their only 6-year, real drought in team history, it certainly guarantees him a statue out front of Staples. Guarantees him a statue. Guarantees him a statue. Statue. It certainly guarantees him a statue out front of Staples. I am not going to act like this was nothing. This was not nothing. Now, is it enough for me to be like, oh, the Lakers can't beat them? No. Do I think the Lakers are the better team? Yes. Do I still think the Lakers will win the series? Yes. The difference was the Lakers' defense and the most impactful, most engaged, best defensive player on the court was the oldest guy on the court, the oldest guy in the league, and that was the story of the game from the opening tip. The guy who you saw from the very beginning that was setting the tone defensively was LeBron James. all of us, in all seriousness, thought if the games are close down the stretch, it favors the Lakers, and maybe, it would have if they weren't dog tired. One of the biggest reasons the Lakers are down 3-1 is because the guy who was supposed to be the best player in the series has been the third best. Because it has been Ant, LeBron, Luka. Yep. And LeBron has been wildly impactful on the defensive end. It hasn't mattered. You know what I mean? He has been incredibly efficient. After LeBron got the block and the steal on consecutive possessions, and they have the ball up to a minute left, and LeBron is honestly chilling out on the deep wing. Luka, you have the ball a minute left, a bucket and you win the game. And Luka was more gassed than LeBron, ends up pitching it to LeBron, and LeBron takes a deep three, misses it, and then the game goes to Hill. Here's the thing. I think JJ did a poor job this series. We're going to talk more about it later. The reason I believed the Lakers could win the championship was not because I thought Austin Reeves was a star. It was, and so
Austin gave him 16 points a game. I mean,
he was Austin Reeves. I didn't pick the Lakers because I thought we were going to get A+ Austin Reeves performances, and you got C- Austin Reeves performances. One of the biggest criticisms I have about JJ is not recognizing that just because LeBron will play 42 minutes a game, the same number of minutes per game he was playing at 20, doesn't mean it should be going on at 40. Where the lion's share of this blame lays for the Lakers is at the feet of the person who made us optimistic about the Lakers, which is Luka. This is the first series of his basketball life where it was either he had the advantage from the team around him or it was a fair fight, and his team lost because he didn't deliver. But the biggest reason the Lakers underachieved is because in this series, Luka did. And you're allowed to have that happen, but that to me is bigger than JJ or Austin or LeBron in the fourth, any of it.